Yes, pleasant morning, or how they do, depends on which part of the world you are. It could be a different time. It could be very well be evening, afternoon, somewhere else. But in Jamaica, where I am, it is 5 minutes of the 4 o'clock. And as I was going through my mind, there's a lot of things that come to mind. If it's, I want to say good morning to Clancy. I've seen him in the chat early. I gather it's a different time zone. I must be well into the early afternoon where he is. I gather he's on the road. Right. As Babandi said, I was drawn into myself, observing all this time. From every angle I can see, my people we are meeting here. Brothers have turned to crime, so they died from time to time. I'd like to ask you leaders, what have you got in mind? Thank you, Clancy. I've seen the fire spreading. It's getting hotter and hot. The haves will want to be in the shoes of the have-not. If the sign is on your door, then you will be safe for sure. But if you are in pretense, you're on the wrong side of the fence. He sees the fire burning, and it's getting hotter and hot. The haves will want to be in the shoes of the have-not. But if the sign is on your door, then you will be safe for sure. But if you are in pretense, you're on the wrong side of the fence. Do we want to have a chat? And that note, this morning, early in the morning, in my vicinity, there's a lot to talk about here. In my space where I occupied my barn lawn, Jamaica, not that I am putting down Jamaica in any shape or form, but if you follow my profiles, you will know that I am a no-nonsense person when it comes on to truths and rights, purity and sanity, right? Equality and justice. There are some areas that I may not have the power to handle, but it is not far-fetched through the powers of the Most High. Through the mystic power of the Most High. Jimmy Cliff once said you can get it if you really want it. but you must try and try and try. You'll succeed at last. And those who are following my page and wish to speak the truth, you would have seen where this man, always on the positive side of life, always being positive, always encouraging life. I may be a bit, as they call it, derogatory or brawling, or have a different way of describing and show my passion for life. Some of the time when I use my versatility to describe life, I take it out of the depth of certain people understanding as according to how they were taught. So people would hear me expressing myself for life, for the love of humanity, in a way that they would call slack, dirty. But just turn it around and see where I am slack or where I am dirty, where I am out of order, where I am rude. I express myself. I try to go from the beginning of one's life, trying to show them their existence. I am beyond creation. I know nothing about creation more than what they told me. But I know that birth were given to me through my mother's womb. Birth were granted to me through my mother's womb. Through a place that people call different name, as the time zone you are having now. It is now 12 minutes after 4 o'clock in Jamaica, and I gather it is 12 minutes after 10 in some part of Europe, right? So then it could be a different time in Australia, in America, South Africa, New Zealand, right? And it is the same thing that happens to words, their pronunciation, and their concepts according to their culture. I always wonder why the Jamaican culture must be downgraded, as it is not recognized in certain ways, only in certain ways, because you have other part of the globe would want to speak and sound, use the slangs of a Jamaican. But they always say it is not the official way to speak. And I said that to say this. I always honor, respect my beginning. The Bible teaches that Adam and Eve were created. But I know, as far as I see, I was born. I weren't created. I came into creation through birth. came into creation through procreation. So I honor my mother, I honor my father, or I honor my father, to put it there, and my mother to take care and bring it here. Right? Henceforth, I have a deep love for what Europe call vagina, for what China call sheepeng, for what Bermuda call tusa, for what the Spanish-speaking country call chocho, and the different part of the globe call it a different name. In Jamaica, we call it pussy. So I pay homage to the pussy and the khaki. I have deep respect, great respect for those two organs. So on realizing that it is not being registered, especially in the space that I occupied in one's mind in an intelligent manner, I tried to bring it much closer to them by making public utterance, showing my passion publicly for that organ, pussy, as we call it here in Jamaica, causes me to be here. So I pay great respect and honor to the carriers of pussy, that important organ that enable us to be here, the life-carrying organs, right? And if everyone would have gathered their thoughts and look at the importance of what I am saying, should, or, you know what I must say here, the world would have been a better place today. So I started to wonder if it is the mystery of creation causing people not to recognize the importance of the penis and the vagina, as it were told that man were made of clay. Why the disrespect for humanity? I am wondering if it is the misinformation of how we came that causes human being not to recognize fully where they're from. Is it that they believe and don't know? Gather soak or believe carry a doubt. So, is it that a lot unsure how they came? Clancy, tell me. Come on. If that is the problem, who want to join in the conversation, right? Morning time, Clancy. It's mid-morning where you are.
Grand rising, my general. Grand rising, my general. Grand rising.
It is
No,
before dawn. It is before dawn here.
yeah. Big up yourself, my general. 20%.
Yes.
Yeah, AM for my quarter side of the world. I mean, but when me call if you tell it, saying, yesterday me a roll thunder and me bit up for my engine, let me tell a man, so no, don't worry. Yeah, cause me have on one shirt, say, me make a shirt, we say, pussy in life. Me have my shirt I wear. And he might tell me, say, that shirt is disgusting. So I said, don't worry to him. Donald Trump soon win for we can talk. The radical man them who love pussy and talk about pussy bring we come here and pussy will bring us back. And pussy without pussy, no one will be in the world. So without pussy, even dog, rat and pussy couldn't be around because of pussy, them came from tough. Yeah? So him take me and tell me say I'm out of that. Call all police for me. Yeah, but God come put some straight police come. Because them have Batman police for that, you know. Yeah, you
Yeah.
understand?
But
Them
so
have some,
that
them have,
just tie in. That just tie in with what I'm saying, Clancy.
yes,
Yeah. That ties just tied in not in what I'm saying and how deep I was looking that it is even happening to you, and I did not know
yes, sir.
that people in terms to look down on you when you express your love as you should
It's
for
the
the
life giver.
place that you are from.
It's the life giver. Life giver. Yeah, you
Say
understand?
again.
When
Didn't
the
hear
doc,
it.
let's say, I said, the guy was having a go at me for the life giver. You know, pussy is life
Yes.
giver.
Oh, yes. Yes. Right. So I'm asking the question now. I'm asking the question, is it because of the story of creation why people believe that when you speak of that place, you're out of order? How you came, because you're merely speaking the truth. In different part of the world, it has a different name,
Yes.
right? Right? Why? I gather, I don't know if the person you're referring to is a European or a Jamaican or a Chinese, but let's say he's a European.
Yes, man.
Then
Yeah.
why
Bring it up.
the
That's
word
what it is.
pussy? Why the word pussy could be disgusting? Now we are reasoning, why the word pussy could be it could describe what you choose to wear on your shirt. What if you did write vagina?
Remember saying, type stuff. When me check the level, right about now, you have to just learn it yourself. Tell like how you are make the world them know so know what go on. As far as how me see it, how me discover how the world build up. The world build up with good and bad people. Yeah? Tell like how you have some bad tree, you have some bad people who then just grow up and tell themselves that they don't love pussy, they don't love them mother, they don't love the world. So them are truth them feel them about they have eternity. So them are trying to encourage people to don't fuck pussy, don't have picnic. You understand? stay by yourself and you will be 100% better off. And it's not like that. You know what I mean?
I I never reached to that point as yet, but I was getting there. But Clancy, to build a house, you have to dig the excavation and you laid the foundation. And I discovered that as how people look at creation, creation is the excavation, right? And then the inception, the birth of human being or the structures, right? So you have elements trying to disregard our beginning from whence we came. And in all their efforts, they are trying to make it look like man is an artificial being. When really and truly, man on earth today, each and every one we look at, comes through sexual transfusion.
Yes.
They want it to look like man or materially made. So that's the reason why I'm saying, is it because of the unclear information of creation that causing this uncertainty in one's mind, that when we who meditate a lot and see where we are from, that's the reason why when we speak of from whence we came, we sound out of order, disgusting, nasty, hilarious, derogatories. All those names are given to us when we speak of the true fact from whence we came, and even more so when we show our undying love for it. Let me finish with the question and you can answer if that's how you feel. Here's the question. Is it then you have elements in the society disregarding from whence they came and to carry out their agenda? Is there an element in society that existed now, or that element can be identified? On if they can be identified, why they are allowed to do so? The question may be a bit long, Clancy, but I know you meditate a lot. And if anybody in the comments want to answer, free to do so. Join in the conversation. Is there elements in this society you want to hide the fact of from whence you came, so that their agenda can be carried out? No, Clancy, you're not clear. You're unreadable. Is there anyone who is passing through in the comment section? Clancy is unreadable at the moment. These are discussions that I think is very important to have, right? I do believe that we have this discussion. I think it would have been so much better for the incoming generation to understand and to respect humanity. I see where false education, indoctrination is causing a great amount of damage to the coming generation. It completely shifted the focus, the truth of life. The truth has not been told. And that is one of the main reasons for the violation that those volatile intention in people, in human being today, globally. A man would walk into a public area with a gun and he started to spray into a school where children is, and they would started to spray that place with bullets, life-taking bullets, without any regard for life. Who are dead. At the same time, he don't want or she don't want to die. You have another set that will never walks into the town with a gun. You never see him or her with a gun or a bomb. But he is very instrumental in the brutal attack on other human beings. No, you never see him with a gun. You never see him with a bomb. But he is very much behind the one with the gun to destroy life. So is it that there's a concerted effort to remove some people from existence? Clancy, are you still there? Your reception were bad when you were responding to the question. The reception were bad when you were responding to the question, so I'm not quite sure if the listeners heard you, but I certainly did not heard your response. Yes. So those are some of the burning questions. And if I wouldn't ask everybody to be, and I don't expect everybody to be like me, but the fact that I meditate a lot on these things. So the only thing I can do is to encourage people to take some time out and meditate on these things. Yes? Have dialogues on these things in a serious way, right? Don't shy away from conversation like these. These are real conversation. And as I said before, one would want to say it is out of order, derogatory, hilarious, disgusting. But it is important to know from whence you came, that the truth has been told from whence you came, right? Proper education will make people intelligent more worthwhile. One can educated to be destructive. One can educated to be destructive. Let me finish here. Yeah, go ahead.
Go on, carry on.
I was saying, one can be educated to be very destructive, and one can educated to be very constructive. So you have to be careful of the education and the source of your education, where your education is coming from. And now you have to look within yourself to see if the education that you are upholding is a constructive one or a destructive one. Right? Clancy?
Yes. But what me ask you now, everybody, like what you said a while ago, right about now, the system are teaching you young youth to be destructive. Man like you and me, teach the youth them to be constructive. Yeah? So, right about now, it's just a destruction of one, because that's all they say. The system and the school them, I teach the youth them. Yeah? School now, certain school now teach about youth about read and write, up to the mathematics, up to the them are teaching youth them about baby make, where them have to do to become baby mother and baby father. Them not teach them things again. Yeah? Because the people are going bad from the death. I tell the school them, say the people are just 5 years old. What they know about fuck? What they know about sex? The teacher can't teach them that. But this is how them are teaching the youth now. How to be destructive. It's okay if you turn dog. It's okay if you start just like dog. Yes. It's okay if you be a dog now. Yeah, man, I like buy a dog. That's true. Man, I use dog and DNA to become dog. All them something there. Back that dog. You
There
know,
was once, a couple years ago, a dance was created in somewhere in Duane Park, Brook Valley, in Duane Park. A dance called Walk Like a Dog, Peace. And I were the only Jamaican who come up and speak out against that dance. And I got a tongue lashing. Walk like a dog and peace. And having the females practicing to piss like, they don't stoop, as you know, the original way of female. Yes, right? And I warn them about that culture, right? Just as the Mad Out song becomes a big hit, as a Walk Like a Dog and Peace becomes a big hit in Jamaica. Right? Right? No one listen, or they don't stop and meditate and look at the power of words that they are sending out in the atmosphere. And that is what human being feeds off. What is out in the atmosphere that form their thinking, right? And today, look what is happening. The Walk Like a Dog and Peace turn out to the yo dog. Yo dog. Men don't want to be kings, but they want to be dog. If you call one, yes, give themselves name like Killer, Madded, right? Right? Now, Clancy, you say live like these and conversation like these, you say how long we've been talking positive thing, and you see the right corner of the screen, nobody like it. You don't see no art. You don't see no art go up there. Because what we are saying is not to the people's likeness. So they are not showing. Yes, you have to be talking the way. Yeah, right. Yes. So that is the doggish mentality, right? So we now having a sober conversation, a very energetic conversation, a very informative conversation, got no support. We got no support for this, right? So, is it?
Whatever you're doing, everything you do, you put it in the universe. You make sure you put it out there. This can one day, they will listen to you. So don't not just edify your thing and put it out in the universe. Yeah? Because they will hear. They will hear. Yeah?
We are now embarking on a group of no man is an island, no one stand alone. So now, October 2, today, we are embarking on a group, right, that willing to join hands, resources together to get this message or this energy to every nook and cranny of the world. The name of the group is Unity is Strength. And if we can get this group to mobilize, to get it going, right? It will take more than a chat, but we also can do what the negatives are doing, get to the core of the young minds through this group with positive dance, positive song, positive words, positive, show the genuine love to both the elderly and the newborn, and most importantly, the poor and the destitute. We want to expose our brand of love, what we call love, L-O-V-E, the true love and the true meaning of the name of our organization. Unity is strength. So we are there, out there, looking for the person who has a passion for life, a passion for humanity, to get on board. It's a digital world we are living in, right? And nowhere is too far. No one is too far from each other. Again, that's one of the most important things of the technology we are having here. So everyone can stay where they are and participate in a meaningful way, right? Gone were the days when we have to meet personally. Now we can meet otherwise, right? And glory. Yes, so that's it. Organize and to centralize, right? No man is an island, no man stand alone. I were just thinking this morning that causes me to turn on my life and said I'm going to have a reasoning with whosoever will, right? If you're in Jamaica, and I gather this news must have gone right through the length and breadth of the world, the BB Coke situation, the BB Coke school youths, it's supposed to make the news all over the globe by now because it is such a serious case. And I'm looking at where it has been broken down. Michigan and Smiley, the social barriers break down, the One Love jam down, right? Those were pathetic songs from in the 80s and 90s, right? The social barriers break down, the One Love jam down, that One Love jam down, that I born in the 50s, and that love, I gradually watching this social barriers been broken down, the genuine love been broken down, until it has reached this. Now the BB Coke incident. There in the late 80s, early 90s, in Western Kingston, St. Andrew Ark, Waterhouse, a group came up, just as group singing were about. The DJs were taking over, and U-Roy and Big Youth, I-Roy, and all of those, the group singing were overrun by solo artists. Yes, Third World were there. Bob Marley and the Wailers were just going out. Yes, you have Chalice. Chalice were there. You know, Fab Five, on all of those, were battling with the solo artists, the DJ type of artists. And there comes a group called Black Uhuru, right? Right? Comes to revive group singing with lots of energy and positive songs that one started to look at the fact that they could be the next Bob Marley and the Wailers, led by Tony Rose, I think Puma Jones and Ducky Simpson. Dan Carlos were there, and to a larger extent, then later on, Junior Reid becomes the lead singer for that fantastic group, Black Uhuru, which put out in that period of time some very, very great songs that you can listen to and it can turn a page in your mind. Yes, Black Uhuru. Right? Don't know who remember that group, right? But I'm still on the BB Coke situation. And in that period of time, hits after hits after hits they put out. But one of the greatest track they ever put out, where I am concerned, is General Penitentiary. The group or the writer of that song goes straight into the penitentiary and bring out all that were happening in the penitentiary. What the penitentiary, the jailhouse, the penal institution is like, so that the youths could have an in-depth look of what is happening in the penitentiary and to stay away from it. Don't put in an application for the penitentiary. Stay away from it. Down in those dumb cells, I couldn't take those smell. It's like an oven baking. That means inside there is hot. Inside there is sticky. Inside there is stink. Inside there, Clancy, you could just mute your mic a bit. Good. Inside there is sticky. Inside there is stink. Inside there you have no freedom. Down in there, he described it as in that dumb cell, right? You have no one to talk to, right? This is when you are wrong, when you commit wrong, they place you there. Your freedom is suspended, right? You are at one place, so he called it the dumb cell, right? One of the best songs I think Black Uhuru have ever performed, right? and it's still an anthem. And I said all of that to say this on the BB Coke situation over the weekend, right? With this young man who trampled on another young man's because he stepped on his Clarks, his expensive Clarks. Now, the young man, the victim, is in a hospital battling. The aggressor is in police custody. I don't see why people shy away from conversations like these, I can't see it. But I can see the reason why the society is like this. Right? Right? Now, that young man allowed vanity to put him in a place of incarceration that suspended his rights for everything. He sacrifices his rights through aggression and ignorance. Right? Lack the values and the correct attitude of conflict resolution, because it's the only way he could have seen. So tell the young man that I am not pleased with you stepping on my vanity and my material things. The only way he has seen it is become me bad and me mad. Right? The boy you do. Right? Because the songs are saying badness. The songs are saying madness. The songs are not demonstrating when you do those things and where you are going. Down in the dump cell, I couldn't take those smell. That's what Black Uhuru wrote in his song. Today's, you don't hear those. Mad me and mad out. Me take the rifle and me lick down too. It not take nothing for me to jump the fence and take your 3 points. And after you take the 3 points of someone else, you go into the dump cell and you reflect. If there's nothing I enjoy doing, I enjoy talking nonsense. If this is what you regard as nonsense, right? I enjoy speaking nonsense. Because nonsense must not be supported. Destruction must not be supported. Construction must be supported. Conscious talk must be supported. And if what I'm saying here is not constructive, then to you it is destructive So you support it, not. Clancy?
And there, man, but my thing a play a bad song.
Yes, I've seen me. Probably you're traveling, right? Right. So go ahead.
Yeah, my thing up, show me up on the road, I drive, I don't know, yeah, it's funny nice than my thing, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
me getting the feedback here too as well.
yeah. So what may I say now? What may I say? Me, you see this thing with the mad out thing, anybody will sing certain songs, the government will start lock them up. Yeah? Because right about now, I just last time I would have done the boy, I would have beat him. Beat him.
Yes, yeah, man. Because another one lost his balance and stepped on his clocks.
Ah, yeah,
You know, mad
yeah,
and bad. Mad. Those are the two main words that going up in the atmosphere in Jamaica.
right.
Mad and bad.
Well,
Right?
see, thing,
Mad and bad. You
see,
must either mad and bad in Jamaica.
you know me, all that
And it,
speak up. You know me, all that them in a cut. It's a class. It's all them expensive shoes that them go and see job at the school. The school to ban them. No people must wear class shoes. Yeah, certain shoes, not to wear the school. Yeah?
I, and I would fairly disagree with you. I would fairly disagree with you. I think what should happen is to teach the children values and attitude. Make a concerted effort. You see, no, look at this talk here. You don't see one person comment on it, right? You don't see one person choose to join in like this. That tells the attitude of the people,
That's it. They
right?
don't,
That means that means they are showing us that they don't value constructive conversation.
that's it.
And the same way them pick me grow, same way.
That's it. Same way, sir.
That's how their children grow, right? Has no respect for the things that is good, right? Same way they were umbrelled that way. They not to support the things that is good, not to appreciate good things. When the young man stepped on his shoes of country video, he was apologizing to him while he wants none of that because he come up on a soft soap and now him is the Don, right? So we are talking about all his cronies and colleagues were there looking and cheering, right? You get me? Because he get a sense of power from you being quiet, right? And they've been doing these things and everyone is quiet and they thought that it is the right way to go, right? When you speak out and it going back to the top of the class where we started, when we speak of the positive nature of how you came and how to respect it and how to adore life, but you first have to adore the place that bring life, they said we are out of order, right? In showing them the value of humanity, the values of life, right? They said we are out of order. We know that they are not properly educated. So then we are bringing it closer to them what we are talking about, right? In demonstrating our love and our passion for that area we call pussy, right? So one can fall in love with it. That young man who trampled on the other young man, he has his right to pussy suspended. And him don't even started to enjoy life, to full joy life, and him in it. Him put his life, his own life on suspension because he did not think before he act. He put his own life on suspension, handing over his freedom to the authorities of Babylon. He handed over his rights. He gave away his rights. Right? Young, handsome, strong looking young man. Right? Has a great proportion of his life now going to cut short. And that is what Black Uhuru was saying in his song, down in that dumb cell. He could not take those smells. The youths haven't gone to a jailhouse yet. So we bring out the situation in the jailhouse in songs for you to listen to these songs and stay away from it. Now, these artists are saying that you ought to go into it, right? Some of the biggest parties and the biggest celebration now done in the jailhouse, right? It is no longer a place of punishment, but a safe haven after you have done your wrongs here to go and hide. But no longer a place of punishment. You inside there and you're sending back message out here. How me do that? So the penitentiary today is a safe haven for those who commit these crimes. So they go, yes, they gone there for safe havens and they party there, right? All kind of toxic drugs can get in for the party, right? But Black Uhuru said in that dumb cell, he could not take those smells. But songs like those not informing the youth what jailhouse look like, so they think it's just a vacation off the street. When me come a road, right? It's a vacation. It's like when me come from foreign, right? It's like you're going to foreign and come back. Jailhouse is a place for you to proud of, right? How we get this, how we get the revolution in the minds of the youth, because we have to go right back to the grassroots to inject this type of revolution in their mind. Not an easy task, but it can be done if people with the resources pool their resources together in a meaningful way, and we start from the basic schools. Right? We have influencers going into the basic school where the young minds are, and we started to dance, hugging up our one another. They saw it. We started to respect love. right? That when them go up and ready to dance, them not turn them back and dance back where, right? We have we have our ambassadors that going out there, right? That performing acts of positivity, speaking. We have motivational speaker go out there, not only speaking but also showing the way, right? Making preparation for the coming generation, right? No, it have to start somewhere. I think it was Pluto Shervington said, who a leave gone already, who a stay better sit down steady, right? So you must either set up or get up in this time, right? But we must do something before something do us. And we must, as a living soul, have that desire to leave a good legacy behind, right? Paul Bogle and all of those have fought, and their legacy have lived. Marcus Garvey, all those names, as long as Jamaica in existence, those names had to be mentioned. Bob Marley, Peter Tosh, Dennis Brown, in different categories. Louis Bennett, Ronnie Williams, right? All those names, right? It is time we show that in our era of time, we must prepare the way for the children that are coming and stop on a rubbish about world ago end and not preparing the children. I saw a lot of people just going around carefree that world ago end, right? And not preparing the generation that coming, like you're preparing the wicked God will come and burn up all I picked them and only ashes left here, right? So it not even makes sense. Why it not even makes sense here? No go so. No go so. No go so. Magnum King, good morning. No go so. If you don't prepare for the coming generation, each passing year it's gonna get worse. Clancy, I've seen a video. Magnum King, I've seen a video where a young miss, probably I think it's at the airport or so on, with one of the shortest dress that you can imagine and has no underwear. I think again she was taking a flight. No underwear. The video, someone told me that it has been up for a couple of weeks now, but I only saw it yesterday, right? That's how low it can get. As we have seen that place, vagina, pussy, pum pum, tum tum, chocho, right? Sheepeng, Tusa, whatever name you choose to call it. Moral values has been broken down completely. So it is not a place of secret again. Victoria have no secret there again. So in order to be the most hilarious, you wear no underwear, because I'm going to the extreme in competition. Yes, Magnum Queen. Yes, to be a winner, to be the most talked about individual, most talked about girl, the easiest girl to see in the crowd, coming around no underwear, everybody must see me, right? Everybody must talk about me. Now that is stardom in the dark, in the negative. You want stardom, and instead of being elegant, right? Instead of being elegant, you prefer to be extravagant. Extra. Right? So that is where you are looking your notice through extremity. You go into the extreme to put yourself. That area, it is such a respected area. Sorry about that. That you would have seen how she had gone to the extreme to get people's attention. Now, they don't believe that being positive or dressed elegantly, right, would have attracted anybody. But if they dress that way, they will have everyone engaged. Yes, everyone engaged. And that's what the system thought teaches them to do. The system teaches them to be wrong, not right. Because if you are right, you aren't gonna get any support. And what I'm saying, I'm drawing parallel to, I'm going nearly an hour and a half, and it's one person like, one like on the side of all the positiveness I am talking, right? Once from I came on, I'm not speaking of death, destruction, bad mind, cruelty, chatting anybody, bringing down anybody, but having a conversation of how to build somebody. And look and see if no one like you see there are two people at least watch. Right? Right? So that is the reason why the woman has to take the plane without the underwear. Right? That is what driving these youths into badness and shortening their life, because people doesn't support the things that is good for the youths to see it, right? So this is a youth platform, and I am an elder. And yet, where are the elders to come and support it so the youth can see that there is support here? That's why you have matches on TikTok. And who have the most support on their side, they're the one gonna win the match. Right? They are the one who gonna give the gifts. Right? So if I have no support speaking positive, how will positiveness grow? If you don't support the positive things, how will positive overtake the negative? How can that ever be? How? How can that ever be? So the children comes up, and when they look, they say nobody nah listen to him, nobody nah like him things, cause they go with numbers. Only 2 people, and they laugh at this constructive conversation to build them, right? To build them. So they laugh at this. No one to teach the youth. No example to follow. Right? Right? And you see, elders, let's pool some resources together. Yes? And started out there in the fields with the message. Yes, everyone will say yes. Until action time, everybody missing. Everybody missing. And we would sit here and we would complain of the attitude. Look at the young man. They now says she's 9-year-old. Now I understand that he escaped from custody. All those slackness from the police guard. Now he's on the street. Right? Right? All these things that I'm speaking of are probably to get some likes now. I have to speak the other way. The boy is right to step up in the boy head and mash him up. Yes, Boga on police, the man against the man escape the run boy, run. Right? Hide. Come at me, hide your boy. And I would be getting some likes going up. You would like that. Right? Right? But saying that it is a wicked act, it got no support from anybody. No support from anybody. And these things are example. These things, these simple things, showcasing the face of Jamaica. Right? If you are a meditator like I am, a thinker like I am, you would have seen that it is showcasing the mindset of Jamaican, that we are now imposters. We don't practice what we preaches. To join, to speak of the link is fine, but to join the link is rough. To participate is the hardest thing to do, and the perpetrators know that, study that, and act like that. Songs say we kill you in a broad daylight, right? In a broad daylight. First time people used to hide and kill. Now they are saying we kill you in a broad daylight. The policeman said to the one said, me a video you. He said, we kill you under the camera. Yeah. Why you think that is happening? Trusting the corrupt system. Trusting the corrupt system. They have trust in the corrupt justice system. Although you see a Unix intimidation. So intimidation makes you blind. The policeman tell the man, say, you answer me a video you, whether I don't know the circumstance, whether the police is right, and I'm not saying that or is wrong. I'm not saying that. But I heard someone say, we have video you, and the policeman turned around and said, video man, come we kill you under the camera. Trust. That could only happen by trusting the system. Right? And the thuggist would say, me kill you in a broad daylight. And you don't just see it is happening. Nobody now hide and come for you again. Them are coming up broad daylight, zozo around there so, and 10 are dead up there so. Yeah. But conversation like this, as I emphasize, doesn't get any likings. Conversation like this doesn't get any support. Right? If we are now to move on from a conversation to action, still there is no support. But if the oppressors, the one who is oppressing you, call a conference tomorrow in Half a Tree Square, up the full, all who can buy, find bus fare, taxi fare, fine it. Right? Right? But if we said here, give a likes to support. Give a likes to support here. Give a likes to support here. Oh, yes.
That's good.
Yes, Clarence.
Yeah, the man listen to you, but you what now? When you are talking, just talk them language. You know, talk nothing to make them do what they want. Yeah? So, me have enough, either you keep talking or stop talking. But my best, for me, the best thing for you, keep talking. It's our ear, the right ear is our ears, right? Let's carry on.
But that is the whole point, you know. So, all right, all right. You know about you know numerologies. You know numerals.
Yeah.
All right. Where it start from?
Right down from nothing, man, right at the dumb
From
hole, big
gold, gold,
man.
gold,
Yeah.
gold. From nothing. And when you add one to the zero, them say a one, right? Right. And when you add another one, them say a two, right? And each one you add, it
Yeah.
means strength, right? So that as a TikTok setup, you know,
Yeah.
as a TikTok setup, you know, right? Right. So TikTok work off of strength and
Yeah.
majority, right?
Yeah.
TikTok work off of unity, which is strength, right? So if you don't, unity calls for support to join the link, right?
Yeah.
And to make one strong, right? When a one stay away from your link, that means they don't want your link to be strong, right?
Yeah.
Right? Right? So then, if you now see the link building, that's how I joined this group, you know, because
Yeah.
I saw this youth trying his very best to build a link,
Yeah.
and everybody is staying away from the link. And I said, no, go in and strengthen him in whatever way you can, right?
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
stay away, right? And said, no, in go nowhere, go in, join the link, and encourage people to join the link, strengthen the link, and no matter how long it takes, from your heart is in the link, and you mean what you're doing from your heart, another one will come,
True.
right? If someone comes and give me 100 likes now, you soon see somebody else come and give. I have 4 likes here, and I'm me give myself.
Yeah.
That and me I strengthen myself,
But
right?
you are that's good. You are
Yeah.
remember when Bob Marley and Marcus Garvey and all them singers and warriors that trance. So the people never give them that love and love, you know, a follow them go and get the love, you know. And then them run up and down here and say, Bob Marley this and Bob Marley that and Marcus Garvey that. So when I try to tell you that, you need a love that for the people there. Just carry on your thing. Yeah?
Clancy, I'm speaking of whosoever, wherever.
Okay.
Whosoever, wherever. Because a king never crowned in his own country. We knew that, right? So whosoever, wherever you are, because when you see all of these people that I'm looking at, it is not a regional people. People from Africa, people from Australia, people from they may not understanding the language, but those who understand what up to them mean to them say nobody understand what I am saying. What to the diaspora, nobody in the diaspora hear me pleading for a link, or then TikTok must have a way of blocking my information from reaching them. You understand me?
Yeah, me, I am.
Right? Then if that was true, great job. You have gone live for 90 minutes. Don't forget to take a break. And out of the 90 minutes, 2 person, 4 likes that I give myself. And once you are here almost from the start, and you can testify that I haven't been speaking any hate, any demonic things, any destructive things, it's constructive things I've been speaking. Where is the support?
And they what, man? If them complete trying you a lot, they kind of limit the thing. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's why.
What would they complain about? That I'm talking truth?
That's it.
Then that means the root wouldn't clean either. Because if the root would support you blocking someone, you restricting someone, the more wise people in the world is, the safer the world is to live. The
Yeah.
more people with wisdom. Then what you're saying there, then, that the founder for TikTok would agree with the truth being blocked.
Alright. But I don't want you to choose what to see, you know. Yeah.
No, listen, man. What you're saying, it's a food for thought. Because in my conscious mind, I cannot believe that people would have heard these levels of truth speaking perpetually, right? Perpetually in a crisis like this, right? And it hasn't been getting support. Right? Anyhow, 5:37. Let me close this live.